do so. So the truth is, I think it tells you something very real about American foreign policy making, which is that in the choice between the inbox and the soapbox, if you want to know what a president is really going to focus on, you better look at the inbox. The bottom line is that's the stuff that won't slip away, and grand strategic visions are all well and good to talk about, but in the end, we expect our leaders to focus on the inbox, and that inbox, think about what it contains right now. It's got an awful lot of Middle East in it. It's got Syria. It's got Afghanistan. It's got Iran. It's got Israel. It's got Egypt. And, oh yes, of course, there's a few dozen other traumatic crises waiting to explode just in case Obama doesn't have time filled enough with the Middle East. There are tensions with China. Think about the transformative possibilities of this new North American oil and gas boom that we're seeing that has a possibility literally to rewrite geopolitics as we know it. Over the last few years, nobody predicted this. If we'd had this conversation 4 years ago at the beginning of Obama's presidency, we wouldn't have been talking about an oil and gas boom here in North America. We'd be talking about alternative fuels. We'd be talking about, can we ever break this cycle of dependence on the Middle East? Instead, you had the specter of the president on the campaign trail talking about America as the quote-unquote Saudi Arabia of natural gas. It's been that quick and that dramatic. Does this have the possibility to rewrite the world order as we know it? Does it have the possibility to shift our gaze finally potentially away from the Middle East over the long term in ways that could potentially be very beneficial? Does it have the potential to make our relationship with Canada and Mexico a whole lot more important? Absolutely. This is something that I certainly would spotlight as a major long-term over-the-horizon trend to be thinking about.
One of the issues that you mentioned was what kind of military do we need to build? And I'd like you to elaborate on that, please.
Well, my goodness, that's a great question, and I'm not sure that I would even be qualified to begin to venture an answer there. I think I can say this, that it's going to be a major debate. In many ways, it is the long deferred debate that Rumsfeld wanted to have when he came into office with Bush in 2001. Remember, they certainly weren't anticipating fighting a land war in Central Asia. What Rumsfeld was looking at was the transformation in military affairs and the question of, can we build a new technology-driven, lighter, faster, smarter, leaner, meaner military for a new era. Now, there were many mistakes were made, as they say, when it comes to applying that concept, and it certainly didn't work in the context of the wars that we launched in Afghanistan and Iraq. But I think you're going to see an updated 10 years later version of that debate play out now. I think that, what kind of military do we need to be building to address the cyber threat that is only growing more and more each day?